Today's cigarettes aren't the same as they were 50 years ago. They've been carefully engineered to deliver nicotine faster and more efficiently. Let's start with what might seem to be a simple question. What is a cigarette? At face value, it's just tobacco wrapped in paper. But modern cigarettes are complex, highly engineered products. Since the 1950s, manufacturers have changed the design and chemistry of cigarettes to alter how they deliver nicotine, how the smoke is inhaled, and how the product is perceived by consumers. One of the biggest shifts? Filter ventilation. Filters were introduced to create the illusion of a safer cigarette. But all they really did was change how people smoke. Smokers ended up inhaling more deeply and taking more puffs to maintain nicotine levels. The result? Exposure to harmful toxins was not reduced, it was just delivered differently. Cigarette design has evolved to maximize nicotine delivery. Modern cigarettes deliver nicotine more rapidly, making them more addictive. One method is by adding ammonia compounds, which increase the proportion of nicotine in a free base form. This form is more volatile and more readily absorbed in the lungs. Think of it like this. These changes are not accidental. They're designed to ensure nicotine hits the brain faster, locking users into dependence. The tobacco industry has also played with tobacco blends, paper porosity, additives, and burn rates to influence the smoker's experience. For example, by modifying the tobacco's sugar content, they can alter the smoke's harshness and pH, making it easier to inhale deeply. These manipulations mean that the average smoker today may be exposed to different levels and different types of toxins than smokers in past decades, even if they're smoking fewer cigarettes. This leads to a critical point. Changes in cigarette design may have altered the disease risk profile. While lung cancer rates began to drop in the late 20th century, adenocarcinoma of the lung, especially in the periphery of the lungs, increased. One explanation is that deeper inhalation patterns from filter ventilation delivers smoke deeper into the lungs. Let's be clear, low tar or light cigarettes are not safer. Machine smoking tests used to measure tar and nicotine do not reflect how humans actually smoke. Smokers compensate, often unconsciously, by inhaling more deeply or covering the ventilation holes with fingers or lips. The shift toward low-yield cigarettes has also been accompanied by changes in public perception. Many smokers believed that they were choosing a healthier option, but this belief delayed quitting and reinforced dependence. Another major evolution was cigarette additives. More than 600 additives are legally permitted in tobacco products. Some serve to mask the harshness of smoke, others affect the burn rate or flavor. And while many of these additives are generally recognized as safe in food, burning them creates new compounds with unknown or harmful effects. And here's one example: menthol. Menthol is not just a flavoring agent. It reduces the irritation of smoking, making it easier for new users to start and harder for established smokers to quit. Its cooling effect masks the harshness of smoke, encouraging deeper inhalation. The result is a more addictive product, and in some populations, notably among Black Americans, a disproportionate burden of tobacco-related disease due to targeted marketing of menthol brands. Let's talk filters again. Their appearance contributed to a false sense of safety. But filters don't stop toxic chemicals from entering the lungs, and they may actually contribute to other risks. For instance, filters can break apart and deposit tiny plastic fibers in the lungs. The long-term implications of that are not yet fully understood. Cigarette length and circumference have changed too. Slimmer cigarettes may appeal to certain demographics, especially women, and may be perceived as lower risk. But again, these design elements are about marketing, not safety. Now let's consider pack design and branding. The shift to plain packaging in countries like Australia has disrupted decades of branding that implied smoothness, lightness, or sophistication. Words like light, mild, or low tar have been banned, but color coding often continues to imply the same hierarchy. So what does all this mean for clinical practice? First, don't assume all cigarettes are equally harmful in the same ways. Design matters. It affects exposure, addiction potential, and disease outcomes. Second, patients may still hold outdated beliefs about light or filtered cigarettes being less harmful. Second, patients may still hold outdated beliefs about light or filtered cigarettes being less harmful. Correcting these beliefs can be part of motivational interviewing when addressing smoking cessation. Third, vaping and other nicotine delivery systems are entering the market with similar engineering tricks. Flavors, additives, pH manipulation, and device design all shape user experience and addiction risk. The history of cigarette design teaches us that the industry is constantly innovating, not for health, but for profit. Understanding these changes helps us counter misleading claims and better support people trying to quit. Because the cigarette isn't just a stick of tobacco, it's a precision device built to cause addiction. In our next episode in this smoking series, what's in a cigarette? Chemistry, toxicology, and biomarkers. That's all for today, folks. My name is Dr. Ferghal Armstrong, and this has been Cracking Addiction.